Good morning and welcome to today's prediction analysis. So I just have a few announcements. So yesterday we decided to do we kind of deviated from the normal short two odds that we provide and provided nine odds where you could choose and select matches that you want to bet on. And as I told you guys, you can go back to the video and look at the number of views that we had. Right, it was I think nearly times two the ones that we used to have previously with the two odds. So I find it rather surprising that people would rather want a high number of odds where they have to take the risk to determine which matches they want to play than those two odds that we provide where you are sure that we will win 5 out of 7 days, or if worse comes to worse, 4 out of 7 days on very bad days. But at least you've been seeing, we try to win 5 out of 7 days, or even sometimes 6 out of 7 days. So for me, it's pretty surprising. I find it very surprising because if I had a channel like this 4 or 5 years ago when I was, uh, you know, when I was really, really broke, right, and needed money, I would 100. I would literally live on a channel like this and be playing those two odds and also check to determine where a mistake has been made so I can correct it. But again, I'll go with the wish of the people. We'll continue to provide these big odds, 6, 7, 10 odds, and then you people will go ahead and determine which matches to select from. And then from next month, from the 1st of May, I'll be doing two videos. So the first one will be on the big odds, and then the second video will be on 2 to 3 odds for the people who are unable to edit matches. But I just find it very surprising that people are naturally drawn to big odds than small odds that has a higher percentage of success. Especially when you look at how well we've been doing with these two odds. But it's for me, it's very very strange. Yeah, but again, I'm going to go with the wish of the people. People love big odds, and that's what we'll focus on for now until the 1st of May. So the very first game we have is from the England Premier League. It's a game involving Bournemouth and Brighton. These are two teams that are not playing for anything except for glory, and just trying to make sure they finish strong at the end of the season. When you look at Bournemouth, they haven't lost a single home game at home. And in each of these games, they've met the likes of Everton, Luton, Sheffield, and even Manchester United and haven't lost any. You expand to 10 games, right? And the last time they lost a game or games at home, well, first to Manchester City. I mean, in the Premier League, not FA Cup. To Manchester City and to Liverpool. So teams that are in the top three. Those have been the only losses they have had in their last 10 games, and understandably so. Brighton away from home, Brighton hasn't won a single game away from home. 3 losses and 2 draws. Not good enough. And head to head shows that it's a fixture that has seen mixed success. Bournemouth has won a couple of times. Brighton too has also won a couple of times. So I mean, I've watched Bournemouth play and it's fascinating. They are one of the most entertaining teams. I don't know how they did it because this was a team that was battling with relegation just a few months ago. But right now, you need to see the quality of their football. It's beautiful to see. So it's for this reason that I'm going to give Bournemouth a 2 goals handicap. I'm saying even if Bournemouth loses this game, they will not lose by 2 unreplied goals. I mean, for a team that has only lost to Liverpool and Manchester City, that should tell you everything you need to know, right? So if you want to take some risk, you can double chance Bournemouth. You definitely can double chance them. But given that Bournemouth has nothing they are playing for, I'm just trying to be, slightly cautious, right? Brighton too has nothing they are playing for. So if you go with a 2 goals handicap for Bournemouth, it's 1.14. The next fixture is the clash of the Titans, Tottenham and Arsenal. Now, when you look at Tottenham at home, this team is averaging 2.5 goals at home. Literally speaking, last 5 games have produced 2.5 goals. Isn't that fascinating? Arsenal away from home, is also averaging a minimum of 1.5 goals away from home. The only time that I've seen Arsenal struggle is when they played at Liverpool or Manchester City. That's when they struggle to score or concede, or in the Champions League. That's the only time you find Arsenal struggling to, grab a goal. You see, so when they've played Liverpool, usually 1-1. When they've played Manchester City, 1-1 also, and also in the Champions League, like when they lost to Bayern Munich, when they also beat Porto, or I think lost to Porto by 1-0. So the point I'm trying to make is that in the Premier League, they do try to score and concede. And this is a game of extreme significance for both teams. Why do I say so? Tottenham wants to qualify for the Champions League. I think at the moment, technically speaking, they have qualified for the Champions League, because there is no way Manchester United can. Okay, I think the team that finishes fifth will stand a chance of qualifying for the Champions League. But technically speaking, I'm not sure Manchester United still stands a chance. But I think Tottenham will want to finish fifth to make sure they can claim the fifth spot, because the team that finishes fifth this season will play in the Champions League. Okay. So not Europa, but in the Champions League. But let's see. But it's a game that they need to win or get a positive result, just to make sure that they're able to seal this fifth spot. I mean, very little needs to be said about Arsenal. The elephant is uh, on the tree, and we don't know how the elephant got on the tree, and they'll find out today. Now they need to win this game to see if they could potentially win this league, right? So there will be goals. I expect goals in this fixture. So expect at least a minimum of 2 goals or 2.5 goals. So what we are predicting is we are going with the option of over 2 goals, and the odd is 1.21. The next fixture is a game involving Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. If you guys are aware of Manchester City, when Manchester City has 7 or 8 games remaining in the season. I don't know if you guys have realized, in their last 3 or 4 seasons, when they've won the league, they usually win every single game leading up to their title um, victory. So Nottingham Forest needs this game. Nottingham Forest really, really needs this game. Manchester City really, really needs this game. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. But based off on Manchester City's form, I believe that Manchester City will have it in them to beat Nottingham's Forest, right? Because if they fail to win this game, then they'll be giving Arsenal the advantage. That's how critical this game is. But if they win today, they'll be able to move up the table to position one. So I'm going with the Manchester City straight victory, and they have the stars, they have the quality, they have Haaland, they have De Bruyne, and Pep Guardiola is very, very intelligent, so he can make the necessary changes and get his team to pick a victory. So I'm going with a Manchester City straight victory at 1.30. The next fixture is Bologna Udinese. This game is very, very important for Bologna, and the reason is we need to check the standings to see why this game is extremely important for them. So at the moment, Bologna is position 4. They want to qualify for the Champions League, I think, for the first time in their history. But then you have AS Roma that is also a couple of points away from them. They need to win this game to be sure of finishing in the top 4. And then you have Udinese that also wants to get itself out of the relegation water. So an important game for both teams. But Bologna is such a strong team. They play very, very well. So I have two predictions. I mean, look at them. They've only lost once in their last 5 matches, as you can see. Udinese away from home. Udinese has won twice away from home. First, a shocking victory over Juventus. Another shocking victory over Lazio when they were struggling. So I have two predictions for this game. The first is you can double chance Bologna to win or draw. right? You can double chance Bologna to win or draw this fixture. Or alternatively, you can go with a straight victory for Bologna because I feel they need to win this game in order to consolidate their top four position. So if you are going with a straight victory for Bologna, the odd for that to happen is 1.65, but you can also double chance. So two options: a straight victory for Bologna or a double chance for Bologna. The next game we have is from the Italy Serie A. It's a game involving Fiorentina and Sassuolo. Five matches played, and Fiorentina has only lost once. Actually, and look at the team they lost to AC Milan, a team in the top four. You expand again, and in 10 matches, they lost again to Inter Milan, the current champions. So in 10 matches that they have played in, they've lost twice to teams that are in the top three. But when they've met teams that are in the lower end or teams that are, from fifth, sixth, seventh position down, they usually win or draw. Sassuolo isn't any better. Four losses and just one draw, not good enough. And head to head shows that this is a game that Fiorentina has dominated, losing just once or twice. But that was in 2020 during the lockdown. But ever since, they've gone on to beat this team or draw them when they play them at home. And when you check their standings, one interesting thing you will see is this team. Um, yeah, you realize that Fiorentina is position 9. They're trying to see if they can, potentially finish in the top 7 and see if they can, play in the Europa League qualifiers. But then you have Sassuolo that at this point, it doesn't seem likely that they may qualify or they may stay in the Premier League. It looks like a stretch, a big stretch for them. So what are we predicting? We are double chancing Fiorentina. Fiorentina should be able to win or draw this fixture in 90 minutes. And the odds for Fiorentina to win or draw in 90 minutes is priced at 1.17. The next fixture we have is Marcel Lens, an extremely interesting game. And why this game really matters is that we need to look at Marcel. Marcel has lost just once in their home, right? So 15 matches, I'm expanding to 15, I'm expanding to 20 games. Interesting. The last time they lost a game has just been once, and that was when they played PSG the entire time this season when playing at home. So they've only lost once at home, and that was to PSG. And PSG is a top team. Incredible. Against Lens has lost three times, won once, and drawn once. And head to head shows that this is a fixture with Marcel doing well and also Lens also beating them a couple of times. But the truth of the matter is, Marcel this season has been a very different Marcel. I don't know if you guys have followed their journey. They've done really, really well this season, right? They're playing some of the best football that you can imagine, and they're doing very, very well. And the reason why this game will matter for them is that Marcel is trying to see how they can move into the top 6. So they have a chance at home to do very well by beating Lens. I mean, again, look at Lens away from home. Lens has been very poor, just one victory in their last 5 matches away from home. And then you are talking about a Marcel team that has lost just once, and that's to PSG the entire season at home. So we are double chancing Marcel to win or draw this fixture in 90 minutes. So Marcel to win or draw this fixture in 90 minutes, as you would expect, is 1.42. And don't be scared of the odds, okay? And finally, we have this game FC Porto versus Sporting, right? An intriguing game of football. So Porto is averaging 2.5 goals at home, right? 5 out of their last 5 matches have produced 2 or more goals. Sporting CP and Sporting CP is also averaging a minimum of 2 goals when they've played at home. Interestingly, 4 out of their last 5 matches have produced 2.5 goals. And more often than not, their head to head. Okay, we don't have the recent head to head, but I've checked and they usually score and concede when they play. And the reason why this game will be critical for the teams involved is that FC Porto or Sporting wants to win the league. They need to score many goals to see how they can potentially beat Porto and put a stamp on their title chase. And then you have Porto that also wants to make it into the top two or consolidate its top three position. So the odd for over 2 goals for this fixture is 1.39. And then you have the booking code for your benefits. And I just want to wish you guys nothing but the very best with this round of matches. Feel free to edit, but this should give you guys a fair idea of the matches you should select. Thank you very much, guys, and see ya.